Hey guys, this is our video for Friday's flipped classroom. So remember, we will not be having any live instruction since we're going to try something new. We will only be doing asynchronous instruction. So this is the video to give you directions and items for the day. So as you can see here, I am on the home page for social studies. Just like any other day, we're going to scroll down and we're going to go into enter here. Remember, enter here takes us to our current module. Our current module, since this is Friday, August the 21st, is going to be the last assignment for the day, which is called the Lunchroom Fight Exploring Perspectives. So we're going to click into here. Now guys, history is all about the different perspectives and how people view an event. What historians do is they take various perspectives and they mesh them together to create a chronological account of what happened to be as honest and real as possible. So we're going to look at today how we can explore various events using different perspectives by using the lunchroom fight. So I'm going to read you the scenario for the lunchroom fight. Imagine that you are the principal of a school and you just found out that there was a fight in the lunchroom during lunch. You've asked many students and teachers who witnessed the fight to write down what they saw and who they think started the fight. Unfortunately, you have received many conflicting accounts that disagree not only as to who started the fight, but also as to who was involved and when the fight even started. It is important to remember that no one is just plain lying. So what you're going to do is you are going to take this scenario and you are going to answer some questions. Now to answer the questions, you're going to make a copy of the Google document that I have linked here. I'm going to repeat that. Make a copy. You guys did this in language arts, so I know that you know how to do this. So we're going to go ahead and click the linked document. And we are going to make a copy of it by hitting File, Make a Copy. Once you make a copy, instead of having it be copy of lunchroom fight, I want you to put your first name and last name into the title, and then you're going to hit OK. Once you have done that, this is now yours. This is yours to write on. Nobody else can write on this one. On this sheet, you're going to find the scenario again, and then you're going to find the questions. So you're going to answer the questions on your own in complete sentences. In using complete sentences, you will get the most thorough of answers for the 3 questions. Why would there be different stories of the event if no one is just plain lying? Number 2, what are the different types of people who might have seen this fight? And number 3, what might make one person's story more believable or plausible than another person's? And that word plausible you learned yesterday in the vocabulary assignment. So if you are unsure as to what that means, please go back to yesterday's assignment and remind yourself of that definition. There's 2 parts to this assignment. So we are now looking at the individual questions. We're going to go back into the 821 assignment. And we are going to read step number 4. After you finish answering the questions individually, you are going to brainstorm for 5 minutes the questions listed next. There will be a group discussion of these questions and answers shortly. Now, guys, your group discussion is going to be on Canvas. It's not going to be in the breakout rooms because we are doing a flipped classroom. The questions that you're going to answer in the discussion box are as follows. Number 1, why might people see or remember things differently? Number 2, who has an interest in one kid getting in trouble instead of another kid? Who is standing where? Could they see the whole event? Number 3, the plausibility of the stories themselves, like issues of kids exaggerating and how the stories might fit into what is known about the students' prior histories. Is the story believable or trustworthy? Number 4, do stories change over time? How might what we remember right after the event differ from what we remember a week later? Does time make the way someone remembers something more or less trustworthy? And number 5, physical evidence. What kinds might have an effect on what you believe, such as bruises, missing objects, things like that? Okay. To answer these questions, there are 2 different ways. Most students will be answering them in breakout rooms on Zoom, where they'll be divided into groups and talking with their peers. But like I said, we are doing a flipped classroom today. So that means we're not going to be actually on Zoom discussing it. So we're going to have a discussion in another way. To do this, it's going to be like yesterday's assignment where we had a whole discussion using Canvas. So you should open up the discussion box on this post by clicking reply right here. And that's going to open up a text box for you. After you do that, you're going to answer all 5 questions in complete sentences. Before you answer those questions, I want you to copy by highlighting and right-clicking, copy, and pasting the questions into the text box. Then you can answer each question underneath its appropriate or next to its appropriate question, so that we all know what to expect and what question that we are answering when we are replying to other students' posts. So please be sure to include those questions so that your peers can respond accordingly. Upon completing the answers in the discussion box, you should respond or comment on one other student's post. You will not be able to see this until you hit post reply, and then everybody else's responses will come up. If you have finished before other people have had the chance to post a response or to post their discussion, then you should wait a little bit and don't just comment on the first one you see. Take some time. Really read other people's thoughts and then comment on it. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Could you put more information into somebody's answer or give them another perspective or another thing that they might not have thought about? These are just some of the ways that you can respond. Once you do all of those, you should have no problem hitting the post reply or the comment button. One quick note for you. Be aware that attendance is taken every single block. So your teacher, me, is very aware of who is participating in person and who is going to need to complete the assignment on Canvas. Remember, for this class, we are completing it only on Canvas. Okay. As always, you guys can reach out to me via email, and I will make sure to leave the Zoom chats open for you or the Zoom calls open so that you can discuss things with your peers and get some varying perspectives. I can't wait to see your answers, and I will see you guys in class on Monday. Have a great weekend.